4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Jordan. This week I'm starting with the submissions that were made back in January. So thank you for those who gave your submissions and stuck around. This week I'm going to be making orange chicken. This was submitted to me by Daniel Kil. Thank you, Daniel. Let's jump right into it. So, orange chicken, gotta have chicken. Chicken thighs are the best type of meat to use for this. Thighs are definitely the best way to go when it comes to orange chicken. That's pretty much it for the basis of the meal. We'll move on to all the dry ingredients. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be making our dry blend. So for this, we're going to start with some all-purpose flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, and we're also going to be adding an egg onto that as well. It's going to be going into the dry, and we have water. So that's all we're going to be making for the batter. Then afterwards, we're going to be making our sauce. To make our sauce, we need brown and white sugar, some minced garlic, white distilled vinegar, chili pepper flakes, soy sauce, ginger. Now this ginger comes in a tube, it's already pre-ground. It's just like, it's so much easier than just trying to mince the ginger yourself. But if you'd like to mince your own ginger, that totally works as well. Just need to get ginger root and get yourself a grater. You can make the mince yourself. And then we're gonna finally top it off with some sesame oil. Now, for when we're frying the chicken, because we need to fry the chicken before we add any sauce to it, I highly recommend using peanut oil. Peanut oil is the best type of frying oil to use. I've used canola. This definitely works the best in terms of flavor. And that is it for all of your regular ingredients. And finally, we're gonna move on to the cookware. So the cookware, I have this wok here that I've used in a previous episode before. And we have a cast iron skillet here. This is gonna work really well for when we're frying. Next here, we have a pair of tongs, just a regular mixing spoon. I like to add 2. This one is going to be used for the wet mix, and this is going to be used for the very end when we're serving. This guy right here, I don't know the name of it. But we're going to be using it to fish all of the chicken out of the oil. Finally, a whisk to mix everything together. And I'll show you what we're going to be doing with this skewer later. A couple of measuring cups. We're going to be using a 1 cup, a 1/4 cup, and a tablespoon, and a couple of mixing bowls if you're going to be making multiple batches. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first step is we're going to dice up our chicken, make it about 1-inch cubes, and then we're going to set those aside, and we're going to start making our dry mix. All right, next we're going to move on to the dry ingredients. We'll be adding that. That's going to be the basis for our batter. So let's go ahead and get that started. So first off, we're going to start with 1.5 cups of flour. Next, 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Now, go ahead and add our pepper. It should be about a tablespoon of pepper. Add in our salt here. So let's go ahead and whisk that all together. Let's go ahead and add in our egg. Then we're gonna add our water here, 1.5 cups. And then lastly, we're gonna add a little bit of oil to this. This is just a little bit of canola oil, about a tablespoon of canola oil. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the chicken to the mixture, and we're gonna go and let it chill for about 30 minutes. And incorporated. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and set this aside for 30 minutes, cover it up with some plastic wrap, stick it in the fridge for 30 minutes, and we will see you then. Woo! Here we go. All right, in 30 minutes, we have let the chicken sit in our batter blend for a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and fry our chicken up. Then when we fry our chicken, we're gonna make our sauce, toss it in the sauce, and then we will have ourselves a nice pot of orange chicken. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna need is our cast iron skillet. We're gonna put this on the burner. Go ahead and get that started. Let the cast iron get nice and hot. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump that. All right, now that we're waiting for our oil to heat up, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce all the ingredients you're gonna need for the sauce. So we're gonna start with orange juice. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but you need orange juice for orange chicken. Crazy. We're gonna need sesame oil, white vinegar, red pepper flakes, minced garlic, minced ginger, soy sauce, and a little bit of oil, brown sugar, and white sugar. All right, now our oil is hot enough. The way you can test this is if you get a wooden skewer, you stick that in. See how there's bubbles forming on that? That's how you know that the oil is ready. What you want on the side is a baking sheet or a wire rack of some sort to put fried chicken on top of. All right, let's go ahead and add our chicken. All right, so we're gonna let this cook for about 6 minutes, pull it off, and then rinse and repeat. So the consistency we're looking for is about sort of like a light brown on the outside, because once we pull it out of the frying pan, it's gonna darken a little bit. Now, we're gonna go and make our sauce. So I'm gonna grab our wok here, crank up the heat, and get all of our ingredients over here. Start off with a little bit of oil in the pan. All right, we're gonna start off with some red pepper chili flakes. And then we're gonna add a tablespoon of minced garlic, add a tablespoon of our ginger, add a 1/4 cup of our sugar, and then a 1/4 cup of our brown sugar. That's the sauce. All right, now let's go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of our orange juice. And then a 1/4 cup of our vinegar. And then a little splash of soy sauce. You're measuring it out around 2 tablespoons. We're just gonna eyeball this one. Mix that all together. So now, it's gonna be a little bit watery, so we need a binding agent. So it'll be a little less soupy. So we add cornstarch, and we're gonna add that with a little bit of water. So what we're gonna do here is add equal parts cornstarch and water. Mix that all together. Bring it over here. Slowly start incorporating it into the mix. And what we should begin to see is a little bit of a consistency around sort of like maple syrup. It should be a lot thicker. So you see around the edges here, it's starting to thicken up a little bit more. And as the water evaporates out of the cornstarch, it's going to start making it a lot thicker. And you got to be careful with that mixture because it'll look as if it's not going to be super watery. And then if you add too much cornstarch, it'll thicken up really quickly. So you see how with just a little bit of cornstarch and water, it already started to thicken up a lot more. So what we're going to do now is add our chicken that we have here on the side. Go ahead and start mixing that in there. Make sure it gets everywhere. And then lastly, bring out our sesame oil here. Just add a little dash. Turn off the heat, let that cool. And there you have it, everybody, orange chicken. It only took about an hour to make. Thank you again to Daniel Kil for the suggestion. I'm gonna have more suggestion videos out soon. This is a fantastic dish to have if you're just trying to make something within an hour or so. It's nice and quick. Tastes super great, and I'd say it's pretty on par with Panda Express's orange chicken. So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or concerns. Share this with anybody you know likes orange chicken, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.